Hello dear student, I'm your SMM. Today we'll start Sun, Earth and the Moon chapter, and we'll learn more about Earth, Sun and Moon. The layers of Earth, Sun, Moon, the surface and the temperature, the nature of the surface, etc. So first, Earth. Earth, there are three layers. Earth is about 6,400 kilometer radius if we start from the center, and Earth crust is about 70 kilometer, whereas the mantle region is about 300 or 2,900 kilometer, and rest of the part is core region. So if we divide the earth from the center or cut it in a halfway, we can imagine the three layers like this way. First one is the crust, then the reddish one, you can see this is the mantle region, it is the second layer, then outer core region and inner core region, and inner core and outer core together is called core region. But except for the crust, no one ever explored these layers in person. In fact, human have drilled out only 15 kilometer deep. So 15 kilometer deep means it only in the crust region, not in the mantle or core region. So it is more deeper. So scientists are very eager to know about these layers. By experiments and calculation, they decided that the earth there are three layers, and as we go deeper the temperature of the layers increases. And you know very well, volcano, from volcano the lava comes out, that is also from the inner region or inner layers of the earth, that is from the mantle region. We will learn about it. Next, in this figure you can see the white part, that is the core region or the inner core, and the yellow part is the outer core region, and mantle is the reddish part, and earth crust is the green and bluish part. So earth crust is the outermost layer of the earth, and it is about 70 kilometer thick under the continents, and under the ocean bed it is about 5 kilometer. Life exists only on the earth crust. Next layer is the, and in the earth crust many minerals can be found like aluminium, silicon, then magnesium, etc. And oxygen also there, and it is a hard layer of the earth. It is also a variable thickness. Next is mantle. This layer is beneath the earth crust, and the second layer it is about 75% of the volume of the earth, or sorry, 85% of the earth's volume. It consists of iron, magnesium, silicon, and this layer is about 3000 kilometer. And mostly in the solid state we can get these minerals. Outer part of mantle is very hard, but the inner part, that is near to this part, yes, this is the outer part of the mantle, and the inner part, that's mean near to outer core region, this part is not in the solid state, it is in the semi solid form. And volcanic eruption, the magma comes out from this state, from this layer. So magma, the hot molten material that comes out from the inner mantle region and erupt into the earth's surface. So student understood where from the volcano comes out. Here is also semi-solid state, we can get iron, magnesium and silicon. These are on this, also we get sulfur. This type of minerals are present there, and scientists learn about this one by experimenting with the lava comes out from the volcano. and the mineral present in the lava. Next, third layer is the in core region. Yellow part is the outer core region and the white part is the inner core region. Now in the outer core region, outer core is also made up of iron nickel in the liquid form, and inner core region is mostly made up of iron, and temperature is about 5400 degree to 7000 degrees Celsius. And scientists believe that in the inner core region it is in the solid form of iron. Because of the immense pressure, the iron stay in the hard form. And the inner core is about 1220 kilometer, and it is extremely dense, very dense, because of the huge pressure from the outer region. Pressure is so immense that iron remain in the solid state. Now you know about the tectonic plates for which earthquake happens. These tectonic plates moves on the mantle region outer core. Next figure I want to show you. Yes, you know earth is made up of many 20 tectonic plates for which movement earthquake is happened, natural disaster, and these tectonic plates floats on the inner mantle region. So over the inner mantle region these plates lies, and the inner mantle region, the semi-solid formation of minerals rotate continuously and move. For this, the tectonic plates also floats continuously, and when they collide with each other, the volcanic eruption happens. Not only that, in the outer core region, where the iron and nickel mostly there, they also in the liquid form, and for this movement of iron nickel, they also, this type of minerals also continuously liquid also continuously rotate with the earth, and for this the magnetic field of the earth is created. You will learn it about in the higher class. So what you have learned, three layers are there: crust, mantle and core. And as we go deeper, the temperature of the layers of the earth continuously increasing. Next we learn about the sun. Sun is the nearest star which is at the center of the solar system. It is a yellow dwarf, here it is written planet, so it will be star. In place of planet it will be a star. It is a yellow dwarf star at the center of the solar system. Actually many type of stars are there: white star, yellow star. The size of the stars is smaller than the other stars that we can see in the night sky. So it is a yellow dwarf type of star, and it is about 4.5 billion year old. And you know very well, important source of energy of the it is the important source of energy for the life on the earth, because we get, and it is the ultimate source of energy, we get the energy directly or indirectly from the sun, and for this life exists on the earth's surface. Here you can see the yellow light that is coming out. These are called solar flare. This is a enormous amount of heat and light energy that comes out from the sun by when nuclear fusion takes place, and continuously nuclear fusion takes place continuously. It is a star in the plasma state. You know, there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Another state is a plasma state. So sun is a star which is in the plasma state. The outer part of the sun is called the corona and the inner part is the called core. So this one is the corona region, where this is the corona region where the temperature is about 6000 degree Celsius. Next, inside the earth, the outer side of the sun is called corona and inner side is called the core. The inner side, you can see here, the temperature increases as we go deeper. It is in the blue color, so blue color means temperature. Not only that, the temperature varies continuously on the surface of the sun and also the different layers or region of the sun. And the ultimate source of energy of the sun is the nuclear fission of hydrogen, which produce helium with enormous amount of heat energy. So here hydrogen changes into helium and produce enormous amount of heat and light. The sun is made up of gas, that is hydrogen and helium, which are in the plasma state. So these gases present in the sun in the plasma state and continuously nuclear fusion going on. The core part, the temperature is about 27 million degree Fahrenheit, and where surface of the sun is 6000 degree Celsius. Sometimes, many times, the solar storm, that is the heat wave of the sun, comes out and spread on the solar system, which also come towards the earth. But the atmosphere of the earth protect us from the glare of the heat of the sun, and also protect us from the UV rays. Like the other planets, sun is also rotate about its axis and also revolve about the center of the Milky Way galaxy. But nothing in the universe is at rest, whether it is a sun, stars or the planets. All the things are moving. All the things are moving. So sun is also not at rest. The mass of the sun is 99% of the total mass of the solar system. So it is so huge. And also you can imagine how it is big. But the energy of the sun is also will exhaust after billions of years ago, when all the all the hydrogen present in the sun will exhaust. Next we will learn about the moon. About the moon we also learn in the chapter Sunita in Space. You know, moon is the only one natural satellite of the earth, and the gravity of the moon is about 1/6 of the earth. That means if an object is a 6 kg on the earth's surface, on the moon surface it will be of 1 kg. That means that object feels light. Atmosphere of the moon is very thin, and it consists of argon, neon, methane and carbon dioxide gas. For this thin atmosphere, no sound can be heard on the moon surface. Also, for this very thin atmosphere, meteors, asteroids fall on the moon surface, and craters or the big holes are formed on the surface of the moon. Surface of the moon, you can see this is a picture given by ISRO, and it is taken by camera fitted on Chandrayaan 2. The surface of the moon, you can see it is a rocky surface and it is full of craters, lava flows and highland valleys or mountains. These craters are formed by heating of the meteors or asteroids on the surface of the moon. As there is very thin atmosphere, it cannot protect the falling of the asteroids like that of the Earth atmosphere. So holes or the craters are formed here. Temperature of the moon rises up to 120 degrees Celsius when sunlight hits on the surface, and the dark side where sunlight do not reach, the temperature goes down to minus 100, about minus 173 degrees Celsius. It also varies, the temperature also varies from region to region and with the alignment of the sunlight that falls on the moon surface. From the earth we can see the moon surface, most of the part is a dark color and some part is of white color. The dark part is the Maria or the sea of the moon, which do not contain water. It consists of lava flows on the moon surface many years ago, and the white part, which are the highlands or mountains of the moon, and craters are the big holes that form by the heating of the meteors where the sunlight cannot reach properly. For this one it appears a grayish or black color. Not only that, the color of the moon also changes time to time for the sunlight, falling of the sunlight in a different angle. So from the earth many states many countries send their spacecraft onto the moon to explore the surface of the moon and the nature of the moon. From Russia, then Soviet Union, China, Japan, and India also sent a spacecraft to experiment and explore the surface of the moon. You know very well, in the last year Chandrayaan 2 was sent by ISRO to explore the surface of the earth and the pole region, surface of the moon and the pole region of the moon. And this is the picture taken by Chandrayaan 2. Chandrayaan will also get the trace of water on the moon, which is a very important discovery by the scientists that on the moon water exists. And for the future experiment, it is very vital for the scientist. Not only that, many other minerals also got on the surface of the moon, which are similar to the materials present on the surface of the earth. For the scientists think that moon is a part of the earth, and many years ago it has been detached from the surface of the earth and started from the body of the earth and started revolving about the earth. United States first sent Apollo 11 with crew members with 3 astronauts on the moon surface on 20th July 1969, and it is a historical event for the human being to step on the moon surface. And this is the machine you can see. There is the Apollo 11 spacecraft. And who first landed on the moon? Neil Armstrong, with 3 astronauts: Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Edwin Aldrin. Among them, Neil Armstrong first stepped on the moon, then Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins remains on the machine or the spacecraft. They also collected many samples from the surface of the moon and experimented. After that, many other countries also sent spacecraft on the moon surface, or other spacecraft is revolving about the surface of the moon and exploring the moon continuously. Chandrayaan 2 are also um, orbiting, revolving about the moon and taking information and picture of the surface of the moon. Okay, thank you, student. Next day we'll learn about lunar eclipse, solar eclipse.